I am here at ODTUG Kscope 25 in beautiful Grapevine, Texas, and we're here with one of my favorite people in the entire world, Ryan McWhorter from Deloitte.
Hey, thank you. It is great to be here.
It's awesome. So you get the wonderful experience that I don't remember from 18 years ago. This really your first Kscope?
This is my first Kscope. It's actually Deloitte's first time that we're sponsoring Kscope. And I can tell from last night and especially from this morning as people are trickling in, there's so much energy that you can feel on the floor here. And I think that that there's so many organizations that are excited about talking about innovation and value-oriented solutions. I think it's going to be a great week.
So if this is Deloitte's first time here, what inspired you? Like what brought you to come out and talk to the great Oracle community here?
Yeah, so there's one thing in particular, honestly. So there's something going on in the broader economy, right, where there's a lot of fear and uncertainty in terms of where the economy is headed, and executives need to be very thoughtful about the investment decisions that they're making, right? And what we found is, some companies are cutting back on costs, which makes sense. You have a guaranteed return of a dollar. If you cut $1 of cost, you have a guaranteed dollar of return, right? But what we found is working with the community, with technology communities, with partners like yourselves, with conference circuits, with our customers, that value unlocks doesn't happen in a very structured linear form, right? Value unlocks happens in a very creative, community-oriented process, and that's really what we're here doing this week is sharing our stories of unlocking value and really having a value multiplier of if you invest $1, you get $2 back or $3 back. And we heard yesterday and already this morning walking around on the floor, there's hundreds of examples of that.
I think if you can enter a world where people are selling $20 bills for $5, we would line up all day long
right.
to do that. We're happy Deloitte is here. This is the first of what I'm sure will be many, many years to come. But in your role as partner, I'm sure you get out there and talk to hundreds of finance departments. Tell us what you're seeing. Are there trends? How's the world changing out there?
How's the world changing? Yeah, so from a macro perspective in the finance space, I would say companies moving to cloud and more accessible data going to the cloud, and being able to merge internal and external data in the cloud is really collapsing a lot of the traditional assembly line accounting ways of financial close process. And what we found is, kind of historical FP&A and historical accounting, those worlds are colliding because a lot of what accounting is just projecting numbers, and sometimes it's an estimated number, a snapshot of a number based on business activity. And FP&A is trying to do the exact same thing. And so as data is moving into a common hub, we're seeing those two worlds converge more and more every day. So I would say that that's a huge opportunity, and at the center of that, of course, is cloud, but then the surrounding ecosystem technologies like machine learning, and machine learning's been out there within the Oracle suite and other technologies for a number of different years, but the idea of using Gen AI and agents and agentic AI is something that we at Deloitte are investing heavily in. We have a lot of great client success stories in, and I've heard a lot about that on the floor already today. So that's one thing I would say. Another big thing that we're seeing in the marketplace is companies really trying to maximize their investment from the platforms that they've established, let's call it, right? So if you think back 20 years ago, a big Oracle financials implementation back to the EBS days was really more of a point-in-time event. And so companies were really trying to kind of go through their implementation journey and realize all the value that they could through this one-time build event. And what we're seeing now is there's this cloud platform, and inside of that cloud platform, it unlocks an entire multi-year and potentially multi-decade journey of building value-oriented solutions on top of. And so that's really what we're seeing a lot of, is companies wanting to sort of reinvest in the foundation of their solution so that they can get to next generation solutions. We call those stars sometimes, where it's like, hey, yes, sometimes you want to do a lot of blocking and tackling from a data perspective, but It's how fast can you move to the really differentiated capabilities.
So there are a lot of firms out there providing guidance, advice to those finance departments. What separates Deloitte from the rest?
What separates Deloitte? Oh, that's that's an easy question. Especially within the finance space, I think that's a relatively easy question because of our heritage in finance and accounting. When you think Deloitte, you think finance and accounting oftentimes, and if you couple that with our technology capability, depending on sort of the circle around here, I'm sure everybody thinks of Deloitte as being sort of a technology firm, right? And so our ability to bring multidisciplinary capabilities, be it audit, controls, assurance, tax, our consultative-oriented services. I think that we are the world's largest. I know we're the world's largest professional services organization, and we're incredibly proud of being able to have a multidisciplinary capability that we bring to our clients, to the marketplace, and to partners like yourselves.
Well, and one of the things I love about Deloitte is you've always been able to pivot and stay ahead of those tech changes. I mean, Deloitte, I think, was founded over 160 years ago, and you've been leading change. And so, like right now, with the finance change, with the cloud change, with the generative AI change, I think it's an awesome opportunity for you to help lead this next world. Thank you for taking the time. I'm sure this is the first of a series of absolutely wonderful case scopes. It was great talking to you, and back to you.
3, 2,